Not every horror story needs to be made up. Some have been recorded. And others were meant to be forgotten. In 2019, a young night security guard took a simple job at an abandoned hospital. She just had to keep the place safe for 5 nights. What she experienced inside was never explained. But part of it was recorded. And today, you're going to see what remains. Leticia Duarte was 24 years old. She was studying nursing and needed quick money. When a friend offered her a temporary security job, she accepted without hesitation. The location was the Santa Maria Hospital, closed for nearly a decade. The building was set to be demolished soon, but until then, it needed night security. The deal was simple: 5 nights, from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., $200 per shift. No one comes in, they said. Just stay on the ground floor. Leticia agreed. She brought a blanket, some snacks, headphones, and her cell phone. On her first shift, she filmed some parts of the abandoned building. She posted videos to her stories, joking about the eerie setting. But that quiet night, while watching shows on her phone, she didn't notice that in the background of her recording, a door moved on its own. The first night passed without major scares. Leticia explored part of the ground floor with her phone, playing with the echo in the empty hallways. The place was old and damp but seemed just forgotten. On the second shift, she started hearing strange noises. First, a distant crack. Then, something like footsteps. She got up, thinking maybe it was a cat. But when she turned the camera towards hallway 3, there was nothing. It's just the building creaking, she said out loud, as if trying to convince herself. When she returned to the reception desk, she noticed something strange in the video she had recorded minutes earlier. On reviewing, in one of the frames, an office chair slowly spun in the background. She deleted the video. She laughed nervously. On the third night, the noises increased. Doors banging in the distance, muffled whispers. Leticia started recording more. She sent voice messages to a friend saying, "I think this place is messing with me. I swear I heard a woman laughing, but there's no one here." The security cameras captured something that night. At 3:12 a.m., the supply room door opened by itself. It stayed open for 6 seconds, then slammed shut violently. She would only see this days later. But that night, something had already changed. The hospital seemed to watch her every step. And the silence was no longer the same. On the 4th night, Leticia arrived earlier. She was tense, having slept poorly. She carried coarse salt in her pocket, just in case, she joked nervously, trying to laugh off her fear. At 2:17 a.m., the security cameras recorded her last moment of calm. After that, Leticia disappeared from the monitor for exactly 47 minutes. When she returned to the reception, her expression was different. She was shaking. Walking in circles. Crying. In a recovered video from her phone, she appears locked inside a dark room, filming with the flashlight on. Her voice is a whisper. "There's someone in here. But, it's not human. I heard footsteps. I heard them call my name." A sharp noise interrupts the video. Something like metal scraping the floor. Then, silence. In another recording, filmed in night mode, Leticia walks down a completely dark hallway. The camera shakes, her breathing is fast. For a moment, something crosses the background, a shadow. Leticia stops walking. After a few seconds, she whispers, almost out of breath. There was a woman at the end of the hall, wearing a lab coat. But she had no face. And, her feet didn't touch the ground. The video ends in static. She didn't sleep for the rest of the night. She sat in silence until dawn. When the sun rose, Leticia left the hospital. And she never returned for the final shift. 2 days after quitting the job, Leticia hadn't spoken to anyone. She ignored calls, messages, and refused payment for her last night. On the morning of the third day, news shocked the local residents. Santa Maria Hospital caught fire during the early morning hours. There were no signs of break-in. The fire destroyed much of the ground floor and the side wings. Authorities found no clear cause. What almost no one knew is that, hours before the fire, a backup of some of the internal cameras was automatically uploaded to a remote server. Days later, some of these files surfaced on a dark web forum, where forbidden videos were shared. They were named File Elduarte 413 AM, Basement.mp4, and FacelessFinal.mov. The leaked footage has no soundtrack. But it shows figures moving through doors, low-frequency noises, and heavy visual distortions. In one, the reception camera focuses on a hallway wall for almost 5 minutes. When the contrast is enhanced, users claim to see a face. A face that moves. Letitia never gave an interview. After the hospital events, she moved to the countryside and deleted all her social media. A close friend said she still suffers from insomnia and anxiety attacks, especially around 3 a.m. In the months following the fire, former hospital employees began anonymously commenting on forums. Some said the basement should never have been reopened. Others claimed a patient named Celia disappeared in 2009 during a psychotic episode. She supposedly jumped from the second floor. But her body was never found. There are also those who say the hospital kept restraint sessions in unregistered areas used as isolation rooms. All documents about these wings were lost in the fire. What remains are corrupted videos, incomplete audio, and a silence that keeps leaving questions unanswered. And you? Have you ever been alone in a dark place? And felt like someone, even in silence, was watching you? Maybe, you just didn't notice the cameras. If you enjoyed this story, leave a comment telling us if you've experienced anything similar, or if you know a place that gives you chills. Like the video to help the channel grow and subscribe so you don't miss the next real horror cases I'll bring here. Hit the bell to be notified as soon as a new mystery appears. And remember, sometimes what scares us isn't what shows up, but what never leaves. Thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next video, if you dare.